This is Dylan with Johnson Jones here, and while we consider ourselves a marketing agency, we actually like to think of ourselves as a tour setting company. Our main goal is to work with wedding venues like yours to help you book more tours by a method we call Connect, Convert, Close. That Connect, Convert, Close is designed to answer three really basic questions. How can we get more traffic to your website? How do we turn that traffic into leads? And then how can we turn those leads into qualified tours? So today I want to peel back the curtain on this system. It's fairly simple at the highest level, but I want to get more into how does it work, how do we do it, and show you exactly what we do. So to start out with Connect, how can we get more traffic to your website? This is pretty basic. We use Google for all of our traffic. And while some agencies really focus on social media, we prefer Google for one specific reason. When a bride sits down and starts typing in wedding venues near me, the intent on that keyword or on that search term is specifically to find wedding venues. So when Google's being used and when we're advertising and those ads are showing on Google, we know that that person is specifically looking for you. On social media, it'll just be a featured display image along the timeline as someone's scrolling through. It might not be relevant at that moment. They might not actively be looking for a wedding venue when they see that ad. So for that reason, Google has a lot less competition, and Google Ads is a great way to start. It's a pay-to-play model, so it's pay per click, and as soon as you flip that switch, you start showing up at the top of Google. I'm gonna run through an actual venue of ours, and we'll just look at the last 30 days of how the results were. You could see with this one, for 855 clicks, we were able to get 110 conversions. That's pretty dang good. I think we can all say that at $4.52 per conversion, we would take that for a lead. That is pretty cheap for a lead, and our cost per click was only 58 cents. So these budgets are completely customizable. They're set on a daily budget, but in the last month they spent around $500 and got 110 new leads for their business. It is a great way, once it's optimized, to bring in consistent leads into your venue and generate quite a bit of activity. The other side of it, once you get running that, is let's say you want to get that cost per conversion lower. How can we do that? So that brings in search engine marketing or search engine optimization if you're familiar with SEO. I'm sure that your venue has been contacted by numerous SEO agencies using a ton of buzzwords and technical jargon on how to run an SEO campaign, and it's just simply not that difficult in today's day and age. It's just a lot of work. I want to show you exactly how we set that up for some of our clients. This client that I just showed you is a wedding venue in Tennessee. We use a tool called Keyword Planner to get a market size. We can understand what is the actual volume of searches on these specific keywords so we can tell if they're worth pursuing or not. We can also look at competition level and the average top of bid cost per click over here. So you can see wedding venues in Tennessee is getting 4,400 searches a month, Smoky Mountain Wedding Venue getting 1,300 searches a month, and we can look at the pattern and trend of that over the year. We'll build out a list of about 30 keywords, and that'll be our master list. These are the keywords we want to rank for. So how do we rank for them? There's two ways. The first way is to focus on one keyword per one page. You're never going to get that secret from SEO agencies trying to sell you SEO. One keyword per one page. If you know you want to rank for something, where can you fit it? Could it be a service page? Could you tailor your about page to that keyword? Or lastly, could it be a piece of content? I'm sure you've heard of blogging or article writing. Content writing, it is the best method for ranking for these keywords. Google tends to prefer long form content. Let me show an example right here for this venue. We wanted to show up for all-inclusive mountain elopement packages. And when you come in, there's a Google ad, there's a Google ad, there's a Google ad, and here's the first result. But you might be saying, what good does an article do for me? Well, let's think about it from news agencies' perspective. They write articles and then sell the advertising space to advertisers. So you'll see those display ads in the middle of the articles. What if for this client you were writing a lot of articles about weddings in Tennessee, maybe talking about the best venues, the best caterers, best time to get married, what an average cost is in Tennessee for a wedding. All of those things are building an audience that is exactly relevant to your venue. And instead of selling advertising space, we are the advertising space. Your ads are in your own blogs. How does it work? I can show you right here. Look at the organic traffic growth over just the last year. It has skyrocketed. And same with the amount of keywords that they're ranking for. It has just gone straight up. And as you get this organic traffic coming, especially a blog, we call it evergreen. That page will always be there. And if it generates regular visitors, you're not paying for those clicks like you would be with Google Ads. So Google Ads is very high intent searches. You're capturing the people at the right time at the top of that page, and it's very, very affordable to do because it's open and it's very effective. SEO is a great way to build on that for organic traffic that keeps coming and keeps coming. And you can see there's just a never-ending list of keywords that this client is ranking for now. So that's traffic. That's connect. Let's move into convert. And this is very simple. Whenever we're running an ad, or let's say a call to action, a display ad in a piece of content, we want to drive traffic to a landing page. The point of a landing page is to condense all of your information into a really small package. And we do this because think of a bride when they just got engaged. They're going to be spending that weekend researching venues like crazy. That means they might not even have their budget yet. They might be very high in the planning process, and they're going to have short attention spans. So we want to have great imagery. This is an aesthetic industry. We also want to cut down on the big block text. What is the best part about your venue? What sticks out the most? What makes you different from your competitors? We just want to focus on that. So as you can see here, we're just focusing on some of the key features of this property and showing a lot of imagery. And that is the end of the page. There's not much here, but there's a reason for that. It's because we changed the call to action on the page. We need to stop doing contact us, schedule a tour, or request a proposal. We're asking too much of the brides. They've been on your page for 30 seconds. They don't know if they want to set a Saturday aside, which is fine, but they might leave the page without leaving anything behind for you to contact them. So we implemented these brochures. It works so great because it lowers the barrier to entry and it creates a micro transaction. Hey, here's the little bit of information you saw. We know you're researching. Take this brochure with you before you go and just leave your information behind so we can check in with you. And just doing this one simple thing, this is probably the most important key point in our strategy. You'll see a huge uptick in tours, even if you're not generating more traffic to your website. When you put in ads and SEO on top of it, you're going to see a lot more leads coming in, a lot more. And so the question is, how can we manage that influx of leads, especially if you're a venue owner that's manually managing your lead intake? That's where we get into close. So how do we turn our leads into tours? This is a system that we developed that can automate your follow-ups. So it can see a new lead come in, immediately send out that brochure, but we don't want to take the personalization out of it. So you'll be notified of that new lead coming in. It will put it on your CRM, which I'll show you in a second. And then it waits 37 minutes. Make sure it's between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. because if they're up late, we don't want to send a irrelevant message. And then it sends out a text message. We use a separate platform called Sales Message that you can download on your phone. It separates work and personal life a lot, but it also can auto send out that text to say, hey, so-and-so, did you get the brochure that we sent over to you? It initiates this conversation of, yeah, I got it, thanks for sending it over. Then you can pick it up from there and keep asking questions, keep them engaged. What date were you thinking for your wedding? How many guests were you thinking of having? What season? Did you have ideas for themes? All that. And you can kind of end it with the question, when would you like to come out for a tour? So it does a great job. But if you get ghosted, you have more emails that are going out in increments, just making sure that we're keeping up with them. So none of your leads are falling through the cracks and you're not missing anyone. This system is awesome for keeping track of everybody. And you can keep track of it on a visual board like this. So let's say you had a new lead come in, you might want to pick up the conversation and you're having a good conversation, you move them to answer responded, or the system will do it automatically if they answer a text message. It'll keep track of your visit schedules, it'll keep track of your still deciding, and you can keep track of all of your sales. And one of the cool parts about this is it's pushing the brides back onto your schedule your visit. This is a tool called Calendly. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, but what it does is work with your current availability to allow brides to schedule a tour around your schedule. They can see which available dates there are for touring, and they can put their information in. Calendly will also send notifications either through email or text, depending on how we want to set it up, prior to the tour to make sure that you get less no-shows, because I know how annoying it is to set up the whole venue for a tour just to have the bride no-show and then have to take it all down again. So this helps a lot for those kind of issues as well. So now we've covered Connect, Convert, Close at the 10,000 foot view, but I am more than happy to show you more. We actually offer a free customized plan for wedding venues that shows so much information, and it's not just a general practice, it's going to deep dive into your venue and create a custom marketing plan for you. So if you go to johnsonjonesgroup.com, you will see an option to set up a plan like this, where we're going to look at your goals, traffic audits, pass fails on your website. We have competitive analysis, and the best part is we leave you with a whole checklist of where you should start and a roadmap. This is going to give you a ton of information about what you specifically could be doing better. And if you would like us to fill in some gaps, we're happy to give you pricing. If you want to take it yourself, you are more than welcome to. So thank you so much for spending this long into the video, and I look forward to meeting you soon. Take care.